What's going on, everybody? It is Monday, the 11th of December, and let's get into our review of today's action. So, pretty good day for the markets all around the board. As you can see, S&P 500 traded higher today. Continuing, in the big picture to look extended here. A lot of buying volume coming in lately, but the market continues to move forward, as does tech. The Qs today, nice day as well, up almost 1%, and inside this nice 195 squeeze right here. Um, you know, Not out of the question to see, another move higher in tech, but it's also not out of the question to see another move, lower. So, regarding tech, because I know a lot of us in the group primarily like to trade, a lot of these tech names, I would just say, um, just pay attention, pay attention to the indexes, pay attention to XLK. And hey, as long as there's money, steadily flowing into these sectors, then scope out your positions and just manage risk. As always, guys, the game plan really shouldn't change. All right, not sure why that chart's not loading. Now, go over a few of my trades for today. One of the better trades today was Apple, of course, and it was pretty obvious that money was flowing into Apple pretty early today in the session. So I took my position relatively early on the day, and I'm up about 1,200 and change so far on that. So would love to see some continuation heading into tomorrow and throughout the rest of the week. And with such a good start today here on this candle, that could turn out to be a good trade. Another good trade from today was Tesla. Towards the end of the day, so got in here, basically second half of day, and the buying power, continued right into the close. So up about $1,000 on that one, I believe. And kind of an interesting setup here, guys. So, after a really nice fall, another big gap down, it continued to get pushed down. So I think what we're going to have here possibly, and this could all change tomorrow, but, it wouldn't be without question here, that we get a situation where, Tesla makes a good size move here because it's a heavily shorted stock. So, what I'm trying to say is that if all, those shorts begin to cover their position, there's a good chance that that mixed with some new buyers, and this could stop. This stock could really make a move, to the upside and kind of break out of call it this resistance right here. So pretty good size position in here for me. As always, I'm going to monitor that tight. So that's Tesla, Apple, guys. A few positions going in energy right now. Nothing big, no crazy gains. Picked up some SLB this morning. As you can see, the volume coming in there nicely. And also picked up a little bit of, let me see. Oops. Let me just move that around. And we also got a little bit of PXD. That's it. And again, guys, I took these positions in these two energy names because, as you can see, the money was flowing in here pretty strong. But the mothership itself, XLE, had another nice day. And, guys, as a team, we should be able to make a killing, in 2018, just off of opportunities like this, that bounce. There was so much money to be made. And again, I'm not a fan of bounces, but if you have that coming in, I don't care what it's coming out of. You see buying power like that, it's an indication that money is flowing in and going to push the sector higher. And even here, these last 3 days, there's, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of percent, of gains to be made. And the same thing can be said for XLV. Again, guys, this little bounce right here, when you trade, based upon supply and demand, it's not really guessing. This is my indication right here. And as you can see, it continued to move higher. Now, some of the names in that sector were kind of back and forth today. But, you got AbbVie still in a great looking squeeze. And same thing with MIL, which actually broke today. So, again, guys, I've been preaching it for weeks now, but when the sector itself, makes a move to the upside, it can be a big move like that. Short term, it can be a 2-3 day bounce. The names in that sector, they make a move as well. So, as always, that's going to be my focus moving forward. And right now it's kind of an interesting point that we're in. So these are all the major sectors that I personally follow. These are all the ETFs here. And as you can see, and we as a team can make the majority of our profits coming out of two situations. One is going to be just a straight up consolidation squeeze like you had here in financials, and then a move out of there. Then there's going to be opportunities like in tech, got oversold pretty quick, and then a great bounce, which had, plenty of great opportunities. But then, we're going to find ourselves in places like today. The bounce has already happened in tech. Who knows how long that will continue for? Financials has made its move. Healthcare has started its move higher. So, same thing with energy. So, we're kind of at that point now where hey, maybe we can catch an early move here in the real estate sector, something to watch over the next few days or weeks. But, you know, when opportunities like this, something that's either A, very oversold, or B, in a nice consolidation, those are the two, times where you really want to, allocate, higher levels of risk and, just really be ready, for those, unexpected moves. Because once we're up here, either the bounce has already started or, the breakout has already occurred. It's a lot harder to catch, nice, fresh moves. So, that being said, guys, for the time being, my focus, at least for this week, is going to continue to be, on the few tech positions I have open, excuse me, and see if we can get this continuation into tomorrow. And the same thing, with my energy positions. And, we'll have to look, in healthcare elsewhere. So that is it for tonight's video, guys. Sorry I sound stuffy, not too much energy, still feeling really sick, but I'm going to continue to preach this in every video, guys. Trading is very simple when you follow the money. Money came into Apple this morning. I followed. That was good for about, $1,200. Just a small one bar right here, guys. Now, keep in mind, it doesn't matter, if you have the same level of capital I do. To put it in a percentage, perspective, I'm up over 50%, on this Apple trade since this morning. Or roughly 50% around there. So even if you, put in $100, guys, that's $40, in one day. If you put in 1,000, it's good sized profits. So I do like to, put out the dollar figures out there because, it's motivating and people can apply it, to real world. But, it's just also important to keep in mind that, I'm not trading with insane amounts of capital. And with options, you really don't need that. So one thing to keep in mind, guys, follow the money. Money came into Apple, took my position down here, and Apple continued higher all day. And then towards the end of the day, the money flowed into Tesla, and I was right there with it, and I'm up just about 1,000 on that as well. So just by practicing, those two simple disciplines of following the money, again, guys, very obvious. Money's flowing in. I'm going to follow it because, as I've said 100 times, when money comes into a stock, that is what makes the stock move higher. All right, guys, have a good night. I'm going to go rest up, get better for tomorrow, and hopefully tomorrow night's video has a little bit more energy. Take care, y'all.